Welcome to day 7, 28-day journal explore. I'm Teresa Rodden, and I'm so happy to be here today. This has been such an interesting journey to do Facebook Live every day and kind of share with you all the things that I have experienced in my 16 years. So today is we're wrapping up our very first week. Isn't that exciting? I hope it's as exciting for you as it is for me. I'm really enjoying myself spending time with you in here and again, offering hope and helping the best way that I can. And that's to help you become more introspective and start doing the work on the inside rather than focusing on the outside, which is the alcohol. So we're going to go through the drill. Today is, like I said, day 7, Explore 28-day journal. This is available on Amazon, and it's really helpful if you have this because you can put pen to paper, and that's a complete different experience than to just write it down somewhere and then try to do it. This is kind of like your commitment. This is where you hold it all together. So that brings us to day 7, and I have a lot of exciting things to share with you today. So, day 7, today I make a conscious choice to, and once you get the book, that'll make a lot more sense to you. I choose this because, and we need to be aware of why we're making the choices that we make, how this supports my 28-day intention is, and remember the intention should never be around if you're drinking or how much you're drinking. It should be around how the value of your life, like how good is your life? How well are you living your life? How is it rewarding you? How are you making it work for you? And then the last part of every day's entry, I always offer a little holy sober insight. Now this could be inspired from an excerpt of my book, or it could be inspired from my life or somebody or one of my clients. And as I shared yesterday, I never use a client's information unless they've given me specific permission to do so. So today's a little holy sober insight is, one of my greatest sadness is missing, or better described as not remembering, the small conversations with my boys when they were young. I would tell them in my drunken state that we would do something like go to the movies or rollerblade or on the boardwalk and forget the entire conversation. Not to mention, I'd be hungover and disappoint them further by not fulfilling my promise when they reminded me. This is so gut-wrenching to me, and if I'm not careful, I can be swept away just like anybody else of that shame and that guilt. And if I'd said that I never have those memories haunt me, I'd be lying. But what I know for sure is that's in the past. And the past is the past. There's nothing I can do to change that. There's nothing you can do to change that. So if you're asking, Teresa, I have all this guilt around this, it's do what you can to make it right. Like for my boys, I had a very specific conversation with them, and I said, I know I've not been a perfect mom, and you have full permission to talk to me at any point in time in the rest of your life. And I still revisit this conversation with them to talk about anything that's causing you pain. If you have any memories that come up and it's triggering you, I want you to talk to me about it. This is an open door apology. So with that, they've never come to me in the 16 years that I've been sober. And they don't have the memory of me being that drunk person, that person who made a lot of crazy mistakes and done some silly things, awful things, drunk tanks, I don't know, things we do when we're drunk. So I wasn't being the kind of mom that I really deserved to be and the kind of mom that I wanted to be. And that leads us to today's writing prompt. My drinking hurts me by, so it's at the top of the page, my drinking hurts me by, and then you have all this space to explore that. And don't, again, I don't want you to, what most people go to, they gravitate towards is, it's hurting me by, especially women, it's hurting me because I can't lose weight. And that typically isn't enough motivation or inspiration for you to create the change that you want to create. There's something else going on. We're misusing alcohol for another reason. So it's, how's it hurting you? Is it keeping you from having more intimate relationships with your children? Is it keeping you from being more active with your spouse? Is it keeping you from pursuing an education? Is it keeping you from growing in your business? I mean, how is drinking hurting you? Now, I also wanted to share a little bit about my mom, because my mom is my inspiration for the work that I do and for why I'm so passionate about this. And I just saw this picture today. I have this up. See, that's me, right? Oh, right there. That's the little bald me. And that's my mom with a cigarette in her hand. No kidding. And she's done a lot of crazy things. I witnessed more things in my childhood than anybody should ever see in their childhood. I watched her be raped. I've picked her up from the hospital. I've seen her be beaten numerous times. I mean, her nose explode on her face. And these are things that I am not exaggerating. I'm not even coming close to the horrors that these were. And my mom kept drinking. But all she ever heard was how awful she was and what a drunk she was. I never even heard the word alcoholic until much later, until my teens. So it wasn't something that was commonly used in our family, even though alcohol was very prevalent in our family. So she was not the best mother. When she did bake cookies, they were awful. They were hard as a rock. She was incredibly overprotective when she wasn't out running the streets and abandoning us. But one thing that's constant, and I think it's important for us mothers to know, is our children feel our love. I love and adore my mom with all my heart. So if you're drinking away, if you're drinking shame or guilt, let's put that to an end, okay? Let's make some peace around that, because if you have love and compassion and kindness and care for your children are going to know that. They're going to feel that. And the best thing you can do is have that conversation with them. Have that conversation with them that I know I'm not doing the best. Don't try to pretend like you have it all together and that you've got all the answers. Be honest about it. Be honest about it and forthright. Unless they're little, of course, you don't want to have, but if they're little, you have all the opportunity in the world to, and even if they're older, you have all the opportunity in the world to, that saying is, if you have a dirty glass, you keep pouring clean water in there and eventually it's clean. Well, it's the same thing. Is you build more good memories and you overcompensate, or you overpower, you overcome the negative memories, the painful memories for our babies. So I have no pain in my heart for my mother. I have all the love in the world for her, because I knew and I know that these are things that she would never have intentionally done. She was doing it because she was in such distress. She was in so much pain. My drinking hurts me by. Be very honest about it. How is your drinking hurting you? And if you think that you've done too many painful things and that's what you're misusing alcohol for, you have full permission to put that aside and make peace with it and let it go. Not that you need my permission, but sometimes we do, right? Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up. Our closing quote to kind of ponder for the rest of the day. Look in my face. My name is Might Have Been. I am also called No More, Too Late, Farewell. Dante Gabriel Rossetti. I think that sums it up, is that we have right now and moving forward that we can do whatever it is we need to do, be whoever it is we need to be, and live how we want to live and engage with our loved ones the way we want to engage with them, and let them see who it is we wish to be. That's up to us. We have that ability to make those conscious choices and to be exactly who it is we want to be. And don't look in my face. My name is might have been. I am also called no more, too late, and farewell. That doesn't have to be our fate. It's our choice.